Hello and welcome to episode 6. Guys, that last episode, you should go check it out after this if you missed it. It's on our YouTube channel, Paracost of Entertainment. That's gonna be real fun. But here we are coming to the consequences of it here soon. But let's introduce our players first. Nicola, what are you up to? Where can people find you? Because, I like to put people on the spot who aren't ready.
Of course, I knock my headphone out the second I hear my name. Hi, I'm Nicola, aka Nicola the Druid on all the social places. I use she, they pronouns. And today I am playing Vi, aka Violence. I forgot, am I supposed to tell what I do? Because I prefer to wait.
You can wait.
Cool.
Sophia, what are you up to? Where can people find you? You are on mute.
It has to happen at least once.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sophia Olivia Scott. My pronouns are she, we. I am playing Maevis tonight, whose pronouns are she, her. It'll be fun.
Awesome. And Christian, what are you up to? Where can people find you?
Yep. I'm Christian. I'm going to be playing Dr. Rash PhD, and you can find me on the socials at Louis Kaboom on Blue Sky and Instagram.
Awesome. And last but not least, Blake, what are you up to? Where can people find you?
Hello, I'm Blake, and today I'm playing Grizlar, the 3-foot-tall kaiju. But you can find me, of course, over here, and also at the Cozy Trauma Corner as well, if I can say it right.
Mm-hmm. So I am Kayla, just KDM Dalliance. I am the director for this show. We'll be playing TV the RPG, which, if you don't know, is an indie system that plays kind of like an episodic TV show or a movie. So go check it out if you haven't. It's fantastic. But follow my links and my stuff if you want more info, because I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. You guys were a little too good at your villainy last episode. And fucked some heroes up on live stream, so that cannot be downplayed or spun. You are in the armored vehicle on the way back to Death Laser because they had to send one to get you out of the junkyard without getting absolutely mobbed by the audience that had shown up to the live stream site. You have a moment if you want to game plan what's going to happen, because as soon as you get there, you have to report into Apusa for debriefing.
Grizlar will say that it's not our fault that one of them broke their leg. I mean, they did it to themselves. Grizlar did not touch him. No one on the team touched him. He fell. He hurt himself. That cannot be.
It was, it was live streamed. They can see and play back that Wrecking Ball missed hitting me and fell.
What are we supposed to do about that? I mean, Grizlar's not a doctor. And in the end, they ran, we gave them opportunity to hit us. And they still decided to go. Not saying Grizlar's not saying what they did was wrong, but they had ample opportunity to keep going and to make a comeback. That's all Grizlar was saying.
Okay, but also, I was kind of spying in the tire pile, and Maevis, that jump was pretty freaking cool.
Thanks. I tried. Is it really our fault if they're bad at this, though?
I don't know. Maybe we just won't automatically come out and say we were too good or too bad. Maybe we'll just need to react.
We did splendidly.
Yeah. But
This just shows how much wasted potential they actually have in us.
Yeah. But maybe we should let Apusa set the tone and then we can just defend ourselves.
Mhm.
Ugh.
I mean, worst case, I mean, what they just won't send us out on missions or make us take more training. I mean, above table, do we know like when teams do bad? Like, do we know what the general like? Would we have known like what they do to teams that kind of fail?
I mean, it's going to hurt you what jobs you get. Depending on how badly being, didn't complete the job, it will get a little dicey for the legal team because it's a broken contract, it's a broken work order. They did not deliver. And the heroes got harmed and maybe be out of commission from it. So the level of the shenanigans that happened might not go well for the group.
I think Vi has her phone out and is looking for like the extended clip, because some people only clipped Wrecking Ball falling, and she's looking for the extended clip of Wrecking Ball's attack that failed to kind of have that in her pocket. And she's sipping on the tea, which is still perfectly the correct temperature because Todd got the thermos that was good. And so she's sipping straight from the thermos, even though you're supposed to pour it in the cup.
Yeah.
That reminds. Did Todd text us back? Because that reminds me. Or did Todd like? Because we saw Todd whether they. Because
No,
okay, he's
I
gonna
mean-
text Todd too. He's gonna
Yeah.
text Todd what they're going back. He's texting Todd.
It successfully sends, and like when you try to text Vi, but you don't see it read or responded to in the moment. As you all are getting back. So Vi, you're trying to find this extended clip as part of your defense. So roll me mystery, because that's the intelligence aspect in this system, to see if you can find what you're looking for, because it was live streamed, so who knows if they do the VOD or if they make you pay for it. But at the very least, it did get clipped. So 11. You can't quite find a full enough version of the clip to show like the whole thing. The most you can get is like falling and then the legs breaking. You don't see anything that happened before the falling part of it. You don't see the attack that missed or anything like that. That's the most extended clip you can find.
Okay. I think that does take her the majority of the ride back.
Yeah, and as you all are pulling up, instead of pulling up and letting you out, the armored car pulls into the parking garage fully and takes you like immediately to the like elevator that's in there and the teleporter like pads that are in the parking lot, and like drops you off right there.
Did Vi get medical attention in the armored car, or are they gonna let us skip?
So they gave you some quick medical attention, right?
Okay.
So they did give you some treatment. They do suggest, Vi, that after your debriefing, you do head to the medical lab for further treatment, because you did get fucked up enough that you got knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
So yeah, and as you all get dropped off, you all do get a notification in your email. It is from Ipusa, and it is sending you for your debriefing instead of just coming to their office, sending you to one of the conference rooms on the floor.
Is this a sign that we're in trouble, or is this just...
I mean, it's a sign that probably more than just Ipusa is going to be there, because if it was just going to be Ipusa, they'd do it in their office, but it might get a little cramped. So it does signal that other departments or people will be there.
Yeah, we got to play this up. And I'm going to like take my arm to like get Dr. Rash to like let me support myself, and I'm going to limp.
Mhm.
We got to play this the hell up.
So, if you're
Ooh.
playing this the hell up, Vi, give me a drama roll. How well do you play this up?
We're going to find out. I will find a dice that works for me. I'm going to stop rolling in this dice thing if I can't do it good.
So I mean, it's very clearly that the limp is not part of your injuries, but I mean, you are bandaged. You are probably like missing some of your teeth or have chipness going on from the dental damage that happened. You do have a wrapped hand, but it's clear that the limp is not part of the injuries that you sustained.
Committing to the bit.
I will say too, Grizlar's in such a mood because like when your kid's upset, like you're gonna be upset too. So he's already just like annoyed. He has to like stop himself from texting back like just K when they say meet us here. But he doesn't. But yeah.
Yeah, so you've been notified what conference room to go to. Are you guys gonna head straight there?
Don't have to. I'm just saying. Take your time.
We have
I think-
nothing to worry about.
I think Vi would encourage everybody to go straight there so we can get it over with.
Gotcha. Yep. Right.
On the way there, Maevis is gonna text Dot and be like, check in on Todd. He disappeared.
Yeah, I think you see that it's read but not responded to. As the elevator dings onto the floor that you need to go into, and everyone can exit from the teleporter and the elevator onto the floor.
I mean, a bit of good news is that when you finally tell Vi about this, it will be her whole mission to get you back in the good graces. But Vi doesn't know about this yet.
Nope, but it's gonna be fun. But yeah, so you exit onto the floor. You can immediately see. I mean, you knew what conference room it was, but you can immediately see clearly that the conference room is waiting for you. There looks like to be a line of people on one side of the conference table.
Can I spend whatever I need to spend to make sure that Maevis's mother is in that room? Plot point, VS point, whatever.
Well, that would be a question. Would your mother be involved with the legal team?
I don't know. She would want to be involved.
Like everyone is aware of this. Like if she has any interest in Maevis's career and stuff like that, then she would probably make her.
See, that's what I was thinking. Maybe not so much the legal team, just interest in Maevis's career as a villain.
I mean, you probably have a message from your mom asking to like catch up for lunch or dinner or something, but I don't know that the legal team would allow another villain from another team to be on what might be an HR related meeting.
Okay. In that case, Maevis definitely leaves it unread.
Yeah, it's definitely from your mom, like an invitation to some fancy ass restaurant for dinner.
She looks at the preview and then swipes on it and doesn't actually look at it.
It's probably also an invitation to dinner at this address with like a gift that's like, oh yeah, because she wants you to be a villain.
Yeah.
Don't make me like her mom. I'm gonna end up liking her mom now.
Oh gosh.
A lot of people like her mom. Yeah. Yeah, so you guys, as you enter this conference room, it's very clearly Apusa is sitting in the middle of the opposite side, long side. On one side to her is a line of legal team. On the other side to them is a line of like HR and other like department related people. And you just see them. Take a seat. Let's go ahead and get this started.
Vi, power move, is going to take the seat immediately across from Apusa.
Do you? I'm assuming you all take seats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mavis will take the farthest seat from him, please.
Grizlar will sit
Would
next
be the
to.
one directly across.
Grizlar sits to the side of Vi, just looking. Hops up.
If they have oversized seats, Rash will sit down. But if not, I just end up
Yeah,
standing.
yeah. All the seats in the conference rooms are adjustable to the various sizes of villains and reinforced, so none of them are gonna get broken or anything. And you just see Apusa just kind of rub their head, the temple, like they have a headache coming. All right. So, who would like to go first? And they look at the people to either side of them. And you can see they all no one wants to go first, so Apusa's sizing and goes, okay, I'll go first. Hey, do you all remember what we do here at Death Laser?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me, what do we here at Death Laser do?
We are villains.
Villains for...
We give the villains we give the heroes an opportunity to look good.
Yes.
Whether they take that opportunity is not our fault.
And that is incorrect. We are villains for hire. We are hired for a job so that the heroes look good, so that we don't actually have real massive villain versus hero battles going on like we did in the before. You ended one hero's career probably and fully put in a coma another hero who knows if and or when they'll wake up. He was still unconscious as of a minute ago.
Excuse me. If a hero picks up a plank of wood and gets a splinter while trying to hit us, is that our fault?
You're equating to snapping the shins of a hero, then breaking 4 ribs and giving their skull a fracture with a car to a splinter?
He made an attack and hurt himself. It was live streamed. He fell and snapped his shins.
I think at this point, one of the legal team does hand Apuso a iPad that they flip around, and they also play the part where the car slams into Bulldozer and Wrecking Ball from Dr. Rash's little mechanic crane. You mean that part is him doing it to himself? Because that looks like to me Dr. Rash throwing a car onto an already out of commission hero and breaking ribs and causing a skull fracture.
I was unconscious for that part.
Yeah. Well, Grizlar tries to chime in. How many views does that get them, though? I mean, Grizlar matches that probably got them a lot of views as streamers. So how many did that not get them views? Grizlar's curious. How many
is the PR? We have HR, we have law. Is our PR team here as well? Can they tell us exactly how many views today's stream actually has by now?
Yeah, why don't we have our PR and accounting team speak? And they look down at a group, and you see a very, we'll say kind of owl humanoid looking creature, not quite actually owl as far as an animal, but very owl features, very angular face, not a beak, but definitely that's the vibe, is this is an owl villain, I guess. Yes, so it did get a lot of views. However, we also have to take into account, accounting wise, the fact that 2 of their heroes are now out of commission for the foreseeable future, and therefore no streaming revenue will be gathered for who knows how long. And the fact that they're already actively suing us.
I mean, could they? Grizlar doesn't see how they couldn't still stream. I mean, they can film their comeback or whatever they want to. I mean, they can still videotape. Grizlar knows one being a clone, but the other one who hurt themselves with their leg, they're still able to still stream. They can still do other things and still keep the fan base, in Grizlar's opinion.
Apusa just kind of like is still like rubbing their face tiredly and look. They're hero live streamers. Their whole thing is wrestling villains on stream. You literally took away the ability for one of them to ever walk normally again, much less wrestle heroes and villains on stream.
That thing was not our fault. Grizlar wants you to watch the full clip. They jumped and fell. Yes, maybe the coma, we caused that, but they caused themselves to hurt their leg. What were we supposed to do? Catch them so they didn't twist an ankle? Grizlar doesn't see how we could have stopped that one.
Perhaps.
The issue here is we are fully, one of the legal team speaks, fully in breach of contract. The contract hired job was for a good stream that they won. Not only have we not delivered on that part of it, we've also hindered their ability to earn in the future. They're already actively suing us for damages, loss of revenue, emotional and physical distress, breach of contracts, and like they just start listing all of these things that we're being sued over.
What do you want us to say then? So Grizlar's confused, so we're just gonna keep going on this list, or what do you want any of us to say?
Perhaps there is more potential revenue in us actually enacting villainous actions than supporting mediocre heroes.
Yeah, you do know the whole reason this is legal and none of you are in jail is because we made this deal to be villains for hire, right?
And how has that
I don't
advantaged
think
us?
we made the deal so that you could be condescending to us.
I'm not trying to be condescending, but when
Then
you
stop
literally
lecturing and get to the point.
the point is you fucked up and you failed.
Okay, so
Wait,
we
hold
said
on.
that, and now you're saying it yet again. There has to be more, or can we just walk out?
There is more. So you all are going to
going.
be on suspension of sorts. You're stuck in the office until legal can sort this out, if they can, and what verdict from being sued comes about. We're going to have some sort of retraining at the very least to try and maybe tamp down some of our, to try and help us not to completely bankrupt Death Lasered with this would be optimal. Yeah. Do you all know who their parents are?
Grizlar, sure you're gonna tell us, though.
Unfortunately,
I don't give a fuck.
It's kind of important because their parents are the hero version of Sethno, our CEO. The amount of pull they have not only in the city, but globally is going to be an issue for us if we don't find some way to mitigate this.
Perhaps we do another live stream and we fight them.
What them? You put 2 of them in the hospital!
Fight the parents. Make a show of it. How many views will that get if there is a revenge tale? The heroes come to avenge their fallen children against the villains that injured them in the first place.
I'm going to be quite frank. If we do something like this, we at this point would not trust you all to be the ones to execute that. We would most likely trust the A team to execute that. Because
we would win.
Because you wouldn't fulfill the job.
Well, okay, well, Grizlar's a question, then why are you bringing up like you want our opinion to help them, but you're just gonna be like, oh no, these are all terrible ideas, so we're suspended and that's it then? Is that
I
what
will
you want
tell
to
you,
say,
Mike
or-
Grizlar, because this company no longer has a backbone. There was a time where villains would draw fear from everyone who would dare speak against us, including the heroes. And now we live in this time where it's just pathetic.
That's because you are allowed to not be in jail for your actions, Dr. Ash. So maybe think carefully about that.
I think what we have seen so far is that they couldn't put us in jail even if they wanted to.
Yes, Maevis.
You said they're suing for injuries? I'm just curious. If we get injured on the job, are we allowed to sue?
Well, if we hired them for a job where they won, or where we won and they didn't complete that and you all got injured, yes, we could sue because there was a breach of contract. We cover your medical expenses as a company. That's part of our agreement in the contract. We're fulfilling that. I believe Vi has an appointment for our medical lab once this meeting has concluded to continue her care.
Okay, I'm just confused because, like, I feel like even in breach of contract, does the contract not have, like, injury clauses even for the heroes? It seems like a real big overstep.
By breaching the contract, you open up the fact that they can sue for those kinds of things. The contract doesn't matter if you breach it.
Huh. Seems like you need a better, more airtight contract.
Look, I appreciate that you all are upset at the fact that you all have once again caused issues by completing a job, this time in complete failure and breach of the contract agreement for the job. So, but you will be on suspension. You will be going through a retraining, and you will be evaluated to see at what point we can put you back into the field again. So, go do your paperwork, I guess.
Grizzle thinks that's a great idea. Thank you for the wonderful meeting.
Yes, and we'll see you again once we hear what's going on with this legal battle you've caused.
Oh, wonderful.
I hope the
Grizzle confession cam
was fulfilling as ours was.
Yeah, we can do confession cams.
Oh, sorry, you go. I think someone's going though. So, Bruce.
Oh no, I want to say something to Ipusa before we go. So if you want to do your confession,
I want to hear this first.
Vi is going to stand up and sort of lean on the table as everybody else is standing up and starting to shuffle out. And she goes, "How many times are you all going to fuck this up before you realize this society structure doesn't work? It appears to be a major problem." And then she's going to spit the broken tooth out of Pusa and walk out.
So roll me a drama roll to see how this lands.
Nat 20, please.
I need it. 14.
So they don't say anything in the moment. However, they also don't react like they're scared of you. Because
I don't think she was trying for scared. I think she was just trying to make a point.
Yeah. So I think you're close enough to their defense. What I'm going to say is they're not going to clap back at you because they totally could, because you're one team of like 100+ teams and you're the issue here. But I think they just kind of like give a smirk, like, okay, have your tantrum, and let you walk out because you're close enough to that defense.
Mm-hmm.
So, confession cams.
Yeah. Well, Grizzler say, "Oh no, Grizzler has to spend more time with his second favorite people to spend time with Nexus family on suspension." Grizzler is very upset about this. Hopefully Grizzler will learn his lesson for the next time we get sent out on a mission. Lumia, he just hops, he just walks out the room, just like gives a shrug and just walks away.
I think we go to Vi's confession cam, but she's not there, and you just hear the producers going back and forth, like, we've been looking for her. She didn't show. And then that scene happens between each of the others where she, like, they're trying to find her, but she didn't respond to her confession cam.
Maevis.
I think Mavis just starts with Mavis, like, just sitting there silently, and then she stands up and just, I don't want to do this, and, like, knocks over the stool and walks out.
I think as you're walking out, you get another, like, message from your mom, and this time it's, like, an old lady, like, running man. A gif of celebration.
She opens the message, scrolls up to the invite, and is going to take a screenshot of it and send the screenshot of the invite to Dot, and with like a message that just says, like, could use some backup for this.
You see that like side look, eyeball, like scene message, like emoji reaction to it happen, but you don't get like a fuller text message to it. So she's seen it and she's like, got your back probably, or we'll respond here in a second, but it has been seen. Dr. Rash, you are on.
You're muted.
It's got to happen twice an episode. Dr. Ash, like, he sits quiet for a few seconds, then he asks a question of the production crew. Is like, does anyone here know where the term villain comes from? It has a similar nomenclature to villager, peasant, tenant. It's strange, isn't it? The people in power, the ones who have all the money, the ones who make all the rules, they're the ones who decide who the villains are. Shame about that. Then just cuts.
Yeah, so you all head back. Grizlar, an unintended consequence that you realize as you all are settling in your pod to do your paperwork and to be on your suspension and stuck in the office, is you get to see and interact with the red pandas a whole lot more than you normally do. Because they are cleaning your floor and taking care of all the stuff that you used to take care of.
Well, before getting to that, are we all back? Did Vi come back? Because Vi wasn't at the didn't do the confession game. Did Vi join us again? Like, did Vi come back to the office or no?
I did it too. I mean, they have to go get taken care of, but by the med team. But I think, yeah, she does come back to the cubicle because she, like, that's what they've been instructed to do.
Okay. Yeah, just kind of Grizlar just, I mean, it's hard to get more angry. So I mean, like, it's already just like at this point, the red pants can make him more angry than he already kind of is. So just kind of he just tries to ignore it. And he will ask Vi though, like, because I'm sure he's aware of like your deal that you have.
Yeah.
It's like that's not going to affect what you have going on, is it? But the suspension thing, that's not going to.
I guess the only thing, we've been suspended before. I guess my contract is just going to be based on how well they can weasel their way out of being sued.
All right. Well, Where's our guest? So does this mean we can go home early, or we just stay here doing paperwork? Is that what they?
You have been relegated to the office, so you're not going on any more jobs. That does not mean that you are dismissed.
Well,
I mean, we also have to do our paperwork, so I think Vi does the shittiest version of her paperwork she can.
I do all mining kaiju. Oh my God, look, read that.
I don't think Maevis does hers, at least not right now. I don't know if I think Maevis is maybe not come back to the office yet, has found a place to like sit on the floor. And like just needs like a moment, but is also doing what she probably shouldn't be and scrolling social media to see what people are saying about her.
Yeah, so as mentioned, 3 main clips have gone viral from that live stream. Wrecking Ball breaking their legs, Bulldozer and Wrecking Ball getting smashed by a car, and Bulldozer getting ripped off of that magnetic crane thing and having a nice layer of their back come away and stay on the crane. Each of those have like probably millions of views already. They're circulating on every single one of the social media platforms. Often by people not even related even tangentially to the Junkyard Bros. So like they aren't even getting revenue from the fact that they've become viral from these clips. And you can actually see in real time their subscription numbers dropping as people unsubscribe from them.
Is anybody saying anything specifically about Maevis, or well, at least her alter ego Luna?
I think maybe there's a very, very small percentage, because I mean most of the people subscribed and watching the Junk Bros live streams, right, were Junk Bros fans. There's a very, very small percentage as these clips go viral that you see in the comments of people like trying to figure out who the villains were and like being like, oh yeah, they deserve that, but they're clearly like not fans of the Junkyard Bros in the comment.
Okay, that's what she's just like doing.
I think Grizlar being a dad will send like a text to Maevis saying like, "You okay?" Just like just since you're not there, so you get the little text, the little ping. And then I think Grizlar's gonna start angrily, even if it's clean, doesn't care. He's still gonna start just sweeping. I don't care if it's clean in there.
I think as a little additional knife in the side for Grizlar, as you clean, behind you cleaning is also a red panda.
Grizlar's going to accidentally like sweep and just kind of. He doesn't want it to duplicate, but it's going to knock the red panda down like just accidentally while sweeping, because accidents happen. Sometimes you turn around and just swing a little too hard, you just knock them down, but they're fine.
Yeah, immediately back up like that, like it never happened, and just cleaning behind where you're cleaning.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's gonna end in some kind of really violent scene of Grizlar just beating the crap out of one of those things, and it just multiplies into more.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, we could that's an idea for later. So many of them. Sorry.
It's a text back from Maevis. It's just like, no, last time I got reevaluated, I got demoted.
Oh. It's like we can't get. Grizlar doesn't think we can get demoted from Z, so I mean, Grizlar doesn't think demotion's possible? Question mark. Because technically we're Z, so I don't think we can go lower. I mean,
I will say Mavis and Vi, and maybe Dr. Ash, maybe not Dr. Ash, because you and Grizlar both didn't seem to understand that the lateral movement to the team was necessarily a demotion. Mavis and Vi understand that there is something below Z team. There's not being on a team that goes out into the city. There's being stuck in the office somewhere doing one of the foundational jobs.
And while Mavis would actually prefer that,
It
wouldn't go well. It wouldn't go well with her mother.
It wouldn't go well with
Not
your
true.
mom, and it also depends it in what department or place you got put in, because it could be something that Mavis absolutely does not want to do.
I also don't think that actually Vi can go down anymore. Her contract is to be on the team. She knows that her contract could end. Yeah. So there is a down. Now
okay,
whether Vi cares?
Well, then to that, Chris was in a group text, like, team meeting in an hour, because I know people need to blow off steam. So, like, he's just sending texts, like, let's have a... I know we can't really get privacy, but maybe, shit. I mean, I guess the rooftop or... Yeah.
And I will say, because you'll probably have this team meeting before the end of the day, that at the very end of the day, Mavis, you get like a quick text message from Dot being like, I got you. It's crazy. Holy shit. So much. See you at the entrance.
And just like, okay, are you okay?
And you just see I think she just sends a gif of like that dog, like, I'm fine, this is fine.
Oh, with the flames?
Yeah.
This is fine.
Everything's fine. I
Sends
love
back
fire.
Fry, suspicious.
Because I mean, you do know, I think you probably maybe got the shortest, like, tertious message from Todd anyone in your group has ever gotten. So you do know Todd and Dot are together wherever they are. So if it's going bad, that kind of bad for Dot, it's probably going that kind of direction for Todd too.
I think Vi's only like positive emotion right now is that there's no way they could punish Todd because Todd wasn't present. That's her only positive emotion.
Yes, because large corporations are so fair to their small teams.
Oh, man.
Also, it sounds like Todd might be getting his own version of a punishment.
Mm-hmm.
So as you guys have called this team meeting on the roof, yeah, you can easily, we'll time skip the hour so that you all can meet up on the roof as is. What's your team meeting about?
Well, to start off, Grizlar just swears in Kaiju really quickly, just to start off with that. So, what is our... I mean, not like we have a choice, Grizlar guesses, but what's the game plan from here?
Well, I learned absolutely nothing. So I will just carry on as I usually do. I will continue my work, continue my experiments, and I will keep doing so unless someone tries to stop me.
Looks at Maevis and Vi. If they need.
What even can we do, Grizlar?
Could I use a backstory point that one of my, because I'm a kaiju, so I have other family that are kaiju. Could a backstory point be that one of my cousins is actually a hero kaiju? And with that connection, maybe opening a possible hiring of us to, like, them using us for some battle?
So
cousins.
I will give you that you have a kaiju hero family member or someone you know. I cannot give you the possibility that they will hire you or any of that, but I could give you that NPC. Especially, I don't know how much Vi has let Grizlar in on the fact that Vi is only not in prison because they work at Death Laser.
Oh yeah.
So then, Grislar's definitely gonna use that connection. He's gonna try. He doesn't.
I don't know what Grizlar. I don't know how much Grizlar could expand off of that. But like legally, it would seem somebody could buy her contract. But Vi's not going to say that. Grizlar would have to come to that conclusion on his own.
Grizlar's not smart though. Dang it! Eventually, Grizzler will come around to that. But either way, he's gonna use the backstory points. I'll say like, well, Grizlar knows one of my cousins is a hero. Grizlar's gonna text to see if maybe they can set something up. I mean, it'd be hard for Death Laser to say no to kaiju battle. I mean, people seem to love that. So,
are you muted again?
You're muted again. You're really quiet.
I might need to refresh.
There you go.
Wait,
I hear you.
Would we have to lose? Because we don't seem very good at that.
So yeah, I shoot out the text and just to my cousin, but well,
what we've seen here is the problem isn't us. The problem is the system. We excel in a world where villains can do what they please, not when they have to adhere to some stupid status quo.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, but what can we do about that, though? I mean,
what do you want to do about it? As I'm saying, you have the power to do what you please.
Grizlar understands it, but Grizlar also understands that not everyone has the same amount of autonomy because, yes, Grizlar could quit, but not everyone has that opportunity to without consequences.
What consequences? From what we've seen, they can't do anything against us physically. They are threatening us with bureaucracy.
Well,
so the choice is ours. We can either follow the rules and work our way up the old-fashioned way, or we just take what we want anyways. And who's to stop us?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess. I mean, if we do want to get to the top, I mean, I guess it's be playing the game, so to speak. So,
is that the goal, though? Do we just want to be the next A team or S team? What do you all want? And why can't you have it right now? I think that's something that we should all be asking ourselves.
Confession camp, quickly. Well, Grizlar can't have a certain job because someone made red pandas, but, you know, Grizlar just, it's whatever. I mean, not, who knows what Grizlar can't have the Grizlar wants, and the confession camp. I mean, I think it's clear what Grizlar wants to do, but what about Vi and Maevis? I mean, what are your... I guess, what do you want from all of this?
I don't know what I want. I'm supposed to be climbing the ranks. That was That's supposed to be the deal. We're not doing a very good job of it so far. But I don't know what I actually want. Not to fail, I guess.
Grizlar understands that. It's well, but Maevis is young though, so Grizlar knows that a lot of opportunity out there, and
As far as I'm concerned, Maevis, you haven't failed. Maybe in the eyes of those who don't know what failure actually means, but you have not failed to me. Heroes are reactive. They wait for things to happen. Villains are proactive. We make things happen.
So what do you want us to do? Overthrow the company or something?
Vi has been super quiet.
yeah, no,
And she is going to pull out her phone. And I would like to use a BS point to send a text and get a response. The getting the response is the part that requires the BS point. Because she's going to send a text that says, is this phone number still active? And I just want a yes to establish a connection.
Well, whether or not you can spend that to get a response depends on who you're trying to text message.
We're being secretive as
oh damn! I was gonna say, come on now.
After this exchange,
I dropped it in Discord.
After the
I think you get a bounce back from that number that you had, and there's like a feeling of disappointment, and then a couple minutes later you have a message from a unknown blocked number that just says, now it's interesting.
Okay.
I would also like to spin a BS point, because when the thought comes from Maevis about what do you want to do, overthrow the company. We've already established that Grizlar and Dr. Ash don't have much of a social media presence. But Maevis and Violet do. Like, you already expressed interest on some people interested in who those villains were that beat up the Junkyard Bros. So I want to spend a BS point so that like Maevis and Violet become like the new hotness. Like their follower count goes up exponentially.
I do love that, which is why her mom keeps texting her, because the numbers on their account that her mother controls.
So I don't know that you could spin the backstory point for it, because it doesn't affect you. But if Maevis or Vi wanted to spend the backstory point to have that effect for themselves, they could.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, my thinking here is that, like, hey, if you guys are worried about getting fired, let's make ourselves too valuable to actually be fired. Let's gladiator this shit. And be like, they can't fire us because the people want us.
And I would also, though, remind Vi that your social media is tied to a sponsorship agreement you have with a tea company built around Com.
I meant to ask because I didn't write that person's name down. But so I need to get that person's name and write it down. Because obviously I'm still very connected to them.
Yes. So,
but do you remember what the name was?
I do. I think I have it in my notes. Give me 1 second. I have not dropped it into the channel, but I'll drop it after this.
Okay.
Because the last NPCs in the chat are Grizlar's wife and kids. But I will remind Vi before Vi decides if they want to use that backstory point to make themselves go viral and get found out.
You don't have to. Vi wouldn't follow through with that. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I was typing to Kayla at the same time, but I don't think Vi would be on board with that because of their sponsorship and their relationship with their sponsor is a little flirty. Vi is kind of zoned out into something else.
One is enough. If Maevis becomes our golden goose, that's enough.
Well, yeah.
So
I
I
was
don't,
looking at like,
I don't know when we discover that Maevis is now like this big time celebrity now, but I think Dr. Rash is convinced that like if we make ourselves beyond the company, if we make it so that we are bigger than the company, that they couldn't afford to punish us because we are ultimately bringing them more value by doing what we do than just following whatever their status quo is, then power to the people.
I mean, Grizzle doesn't think that's a bad idea. I mean, we can. So, so you're saying that we need to build a fan base and become popular in that aspect, right?
Mm-hmm. I think we started something here today.
Grizzle's going to make a social media account.
And I think maybe you get another gift texted to you from your mom. That's that one kid at that dance disco place doing like this number.
There's opens it, rolls her eyes, and puts her phone away.
Is Vi still quiet at this moment too? Is Vi still then? Gotcha. Vi, you never answered.
I'm sorry, what?
No. I'm just asking, what I mean. I know it's not really necessarily a choice, but what do you want from all of this from Death Lizard?
I don't think I really know anymore.
Is there such thing as like an insight check to see if we can...
I mean, it would probably be drama to see if you can pick up anything off of Vi.
I would like to try.
Yeah, it would be against Vi's drama defense.
Ooh, these are getting juicy now. Let's see.
Oh, my drama defense is 13.
There's a lot of lead up to this die roll. Let me try to refresh because it kind of got stuck.
Just keeps rolling.
Nope, still good. Hold up. I'm just gonna exit out of it and go back in. Sorry. I was also out of Discord.
I see a roll, but I don't know who it was from.
Yeah.
It would have been me. What came out because I couldn't see it.
So 6 total. 3 plus 3.
Oh, that's a shame. Yep, Rash is as insightful as ever.
Yep.
Did my cousin text me back?
Nope.
Did he say that they read the message at least?
Nope, but it is during work hours, so.
True. Well, I'll go try them later on. So give him a call. It's like, hey, I told you in years, but blah blah blah. All right. Well, if it's Grizzlar's at least, happy to work with all of you guys at the very least. So even though Grizzlar may not be where Grizzlar wants to be, Grizzlar's happy to have people like you around at least. So at the end of the day, at least Grizzlar gets to work with people that they like. So
Vi
Rather
stands
just
up.
like a pat on the head and just be like, "We'll make a villain out of you yet."
Vi stands up and she like goes to the edge of the roof. And she pulls out something from her pocket, and you haven't really seen it because the only time she pulled it out was in her confessional, but Grizlar will see it's a deck of cards.
Oh.
And she's gonna pull out the cards, and then she's gonna throw them off the roof so that they just kind of fly through the air. And then she's gonna turn back around and she goes, I think I know what I want to do. I think I want to go talk to the major.
Whoa.
And with that realization, we're actually going to go to break. So go get you some water, go make some tea, go jog in place, go take a quick lap around the house, stretch those legs, come back to us so we can maybe find out a little bit about the major and who they are and what they have to do with Vi and Grizlar after the break.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yo. Yo.
Bye. Hi, and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us back after the break. You may notice there are less players on the screen as we come back from break. We're doing a little bit of a backstory vignette with two of our fantastic players playing Vi and Grizlar. You may recognize Grizlar from the backstory vignette that we did with him and Dr. Rash, so you'll be seeing a little bit more of Grizlar's backstory, and we'll be getting some backstory from Vi as well. So that should be fantastic. So I will go ahead and transition us over to our two-player makeshift overlay thing here.
You can't do this right now, Penelope.
So, to start with this backstory vignette, we're going to focus first on Vi. Vi. Yeah, when you first were doing villain things and being villain adjacent.
Violence?
How did you end up in jail?
It's a little blurry because in the beginning, I didn't really remember a lot about the transformation. I do know that, like, unfortunately, people died. But I think the really big thing that they put on the charges was the destruction of a facility that was worth millions of dollars. And when it is very expensive, it is very penalized. I don't know, that sentence worked better in my head. Anyways,
breaks into that felony.
It does. It does. So, but they were at least nice enough to give me a cell that was big enough.
Yeah, and how has your time in jail been?
Pretty boring. They kind of, it's technically illegal to keep somebody in solitary 24/7. So like I can interact during meals, but there's been a few instances where I unintentionally transform, and so then they just kind of try and keep me away. But I get regular outside time because it's a little harder to break shit when I'm outside. And okay, well, I guess some of the fights were my fault. Because like they were bitches. And so I had to do something about it.
Mm-hmm. And I think probably maybe like a couple years into your term, you get an unusual call from a guard. You get told that you have a visitor waiting for you.
And that is unusual because I have not had visitors except for my lawyer, who, was just boring.
Now, did you get a lawyer yourself, or was one provided to you by the state?
Yeah, they were provided.
Okay.
Only because, like, for the majority of it, I was like big and was not as coherent. So they just gave me one, and then I kind of just stuck with it. I mean, he tries.
Mm-hmm. So as you're being escorted to the visitors area, like this is gonna be the jankiest version of a confession cam ever. This is like on a cell phone back when they were flip phones and only like 3 megapixels. Like jankiest confession cam ever. But what's going through your head? You've been here for a couple of years. You've never had a visitor. Now suddenly you have a visitor, and it seems like everything's happening pretty fast. And they're taking you not to the nearest visitor center. They're taking you to the really nice visitor center.
Like, honestly, this makes no freaking sense. I mean, I heard the nice visitor center has good snacks, so like that'll be kind of fun. But like, I'm kind of doing some breathing because I'm getting a little annoyed that they haven't really, like, I don't know what's going on. It is kind of like a general like baseline of not knowing what's going on for the last couple of years. So I guess, but I'm having to do some breathing because I'm getting a little annoyed about what's going on.
Yeah, and I think as you're being led into this space, you get to the visitors center, and it is empty except for one table. At this single table is a Medusa woman, immaculately dressed, like the finest coutoured, custom Italian suit on, real black, like fully blacked out sunglasses on. Manicured, all of her little like snakes all seem to have like been freshly taken care of, and they're all just kind of like lazily being happily and like maybe snoozing some. And behind her is a couple of 2 big one what looks like a rock man in like a security type suit, and the one next to him looks like almost like shards of glass, like a humanoid made out of shards of glass. And he also has a suit on, and there's some parts of his suit that has like the glass sticking out of it. Like there's no way to get around it. And then there is a smaller, I think less blobtastic as you've seen them previously. This is Slush Sound, Plop Sound. They're very much skinnier, more taller because they can change their form. They're not so like blobbed out, and they seem to be holding some sort of tray and maybe like a briefcase of some sort. And you see the woman is just sitting there, politely waiting for you to come over. They've gathered some of the snacks, some like donuts and pastries and things around the table, just quietly, calmly waiting.
Does the guard take my handcuffs off?
Yeah. Takes your handcuffs off, kind of like gently nudges you towards the table, and just like settles in front of the door to keep an eye on things.
So she like rubs her wrist a little bit, and side like takes the sort of long way to grab like a Danish, and go sit down. And she kind of like leans back, and is just like, sup.
And at the sup, the Medusa woman takes off her glasses, and you can see her eyes are bright yellow and are kind of like a viper's, like the venomous snake eyes. Just right there as she takes off her sunglasses.
Vi kind of looks down and she's like, am I actually allowed to look you in the eyes?
Yes, that's an ability, much like your ability. In fact, and then she snaps her fingers, and you see the green tall blob character come over with the tray and set it down and start pouring out steaming cups of tea into 2 porcelain cups, and puts your tea in front of you and a small thing of like sugar and honey and cream in the center. And gives the Medusa woman a cup as well, and she puts like a little bit of cream in her milk, or a little bit of cream in her tea, and sips on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She puts just a little bit of sugar and a little bit of cream because she's not really a tea person, and so she just kind of mimicked, and she like takes a sip and she feels a little weird, and so she puts it back down immediately. She doesn't yet know that that's a good feeling.
Mm-hmm.
She puts it back down,
and I think as she watches this like change over your face, she gets like a little bit of a smile, like she's noting it, and she just goes, "So, I'm sure you're wondering why you have a visitor."
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, Vi, I have a question for you, because we don't know much about Vi previously to Death Lasered or pre-Powers. Mm-hmm. What is Vi's full name? Like, full government name. Is there a full government name?
You might have to cut this out while I think about it, because I never actually gave her a full pre-transition government name. Let's say Rebecca Jane, random last name, and suddenly no last names ever existed in the world because I can't think of any. Rebecca Jane Davis.
Okay.
Super bland. All I know, the actual backstory that it has was that she was an accountant. Mm-hmm. Like, that's about it. So yeah, it's super bland. She was a boring person.
And on your government forms, would you have Mr., Miss, or Mix with the X? Because I'm going to say this government is more progressive than our current one, and has that as an option.
It would be Miss.
Okay.
MISS. She's never been married.
Miss Rebecca, I know from your accounting experience, you're very good at looking at the odds and seeing what's going on. So let me lay it out for you straight. I can get you out of here. That's no problem. I have the pull to do so, but it would be conditional on the fact that you work for my company. Now, we can help you learn about your ability and your transformations. We can help you learn a way to control it so that you can decide when you want to transform or change. And all you would have to do is work for us. You would get a salary comparable to any other employee. We would even help you find housing that is in full knowledge of your abilities and transformations in case something happens. We would even provide transportation to and from work if that so fits your fancy. But it would be beneficial for both of us. All this, and she kind of like flutters her hand behind her to like vaguely gesture to everything outside the prison. You know, has everyone a little uneasy not knowing. And it's never fun not to know. Whether that be, you know, how to control one's stony stare, or how to control the growth that one might have.
Okay, but why would you put all that effort? Like, the world is full of accountants. Like, why would you put all that effort into busting someone out to be an accountant?
No, you misunderstand me. I'm not interested in your accounting ability. I'm interested in you currently.
Okay. What even is your company then?
I have founded and run Death Laser. All of this nonsense that's happened in the world has created an overabundance of both heroes and villains, right? And to be quite fair of the mockery, the heroes are frankly more reality TV stars now than they once were. And they need some way to boost their numbers so that they can get sponsorships, so they can get viewers, so they can get famous, because there's too many of them. What I and my company do is provide a service, a villains for hire service, as it were, to provide a foil to those heroes to get and garner those views. Who you can't really go around just flying in the city and everyone's like, oh look, it's the totally not Superman anymore. That's not unusual. You look up, there's plenty of people flying about now. But someone flying and maybe fighting a kaiju, there you go. That's something to put on the news, to write home about, maybe to get out of the way of if you're smart. So Death Laser provides that. It's just like any other made-to-order entertainment industry, right? We get orders that say, hey, we have 3 superheroes that would like to fight 3 villains. We have a space, a bank. You set up the details and start the thing. We'll come in and stop the robbery. They get footage, we get footage. The bank gets insurance money, everyone goes home happy. This has allowed me some leverage and some leeway in who I pick as my villains, and I would very much like to have you on that team.
Okay, but what's the catch?
You have to work for us. I have the lawyers in place. I have the medical staff in place. I have the science labs in place. I have insurance in place. I have all sorts of staff in place. But what I really need is talent. And what you are, Miss Rebecca, is talent. You're talented. You have an ability no one else has.
And she thinks about it for a second and is like, in her head or confession cam, she is, this is weird because, I'm not a villain. She didn't, say that I have to kill people, but, I don't want to kill people. I'm not a villain. I'm just somebody with these circumstances. But also, it feels like a pretty good deal. And she didn't say I had to kill people. Could I kill people? I don't think I could. And finally she dusts her hand off on her prison jumpsuit because it probably has Danish on it. And she reaches it out and she goes, deal.
And you see Seth now reach over and shake your hand. And actually, just to go ahead, and she snaps her fingers, and Slosh Plop opens up the briefcase with a weird additional set of appendages that have come out because they're also still holding the tray that they took away. And opens the briefcase, and she takes out some paperwork and a pen, and slides it over to you. And she's like, "Take your time, read over it. Whenever you have it signed, let us know." And we can go ahead and get you out of here and get you into the labs. Help you figure out how to control your ability and what's needed for that.
Okay. And she like picks up the paper and puts the last of the Danish in her mouth. And she then walks over and grabs 2 more Danishes and puts them on the papers and goes back to the guard. Because she doesn't have a cellmate, but she's got a friend or something. I'm sure she's made a friend. And so she walks back to the guard and she goes, I'll be in touch. Because she's actually going to read through the documents and do all of that. And I would say it takes her about 3 days before she signs Rebecca Davis for the last time.
Yeah, and I think when you had been leaving with the Danuses, the guard almost went to go stop you and then kind of like glanced over your shoulder and I guess got a signal to let it happen. So you weren't even put in cuffs on the way back to your cell. You were like fully carrying the paper and the Danishes to your cell. And as soon as that paperwork is signed, I think you see it kind of curl up and disappear in a puff of smoke that smells slightly like sulfur. And not even like 15 minutes later, you get a call from the guard telling you to get your stuff, that someone's here to pick you up.
Yeah. And she goes, waves at people as she leaves. She's feeling a little bit more normal, knowing that she's leaving.
Yeah, and I think as you get out and get your possessions in that like weird little bag that they make you sign for or whatever, standing there waiting to pick you up is Sethno, with Sloshplop beside her, holding some sort of bags, and the 2 guards that you saw before. And as soon as you're done and walking over, she goes, oh, and let's make sure that you feel less like a prisoner, and kind of like does a gesture to Sloshpop, who like brings over the bag, and it is somehow weirdly tailored to you clothes. They're kind of like business casual-esque because they don't really know what your preferred style is, but can't go wrong heading towards an office with business casual. Kind of like when you're going in for an interview and you don't know where that level is in the company, you're like, I'm just gonna go business casual, because if I go business formal and it's casual, it's gonna be fucking weird.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's not just a set, it's like 3 or 4 sets, like obviously like setting you up for a while in case you need it. And if you want to go ahead and change, there is like a restroom you can go and change into more civilian stuff rather than the garish orange of prison life.
And I think, because you don't normally come out wearing the jumpsuit, but I think she came out wearing the jumpsuit because she had been arrested in kaiju form. Mm-hmm. And so like her belongings with her were real minimal. And so she goes and she changes into like slacks and, like a blouse. And just kind of like feeling for the first time normal again. A little weary in the back of her head that like one wrong thing could like end this all, because she's, explodes and then boom, she's causing problems again. To be young and worried about causing problems. And she comes out and she's feeling like a little like the accountant she was before all of this happened.
Yeah, and I think they take you out, and it is not quite a limo. It's more like one of those like business cars that people have on like retainer.
Yeah, like the black SUVs and things.
Yeah. But it is customized because the 2 bodyguards fit very nicely in it, despite the fact that they're actually probably like twice your size, like height and width wise. They fit very nicely into the front seats. Sethno gets in, their assistant Sloshplop gets in, and when you get in, it does fit you very easily. and you see she's already like looking at some sort of tablet and checking things. And as you slide in and close the door, they take off towards the office, and she turns to you and goes, "Oh, and just let my assistant know anything you might need in the meantime while we get you set up. We do have an apartment already arranged for you that we can give you the keys and details for. Ronaldo," and she points towards the big rock guy that's driving. "Ronaldo can go ahead and we'll be on retainer for you for transportation until you get your bearings. But if you don't mind, we would like to go ahead and get started. At the labs, there are some like blood and things that they can start analyzing while we then get you set up at your apartment."
Okay.
Yeah, and I think the next like 45 minutes is like a really quiet ride because like she's doing all her like CEO answering emails, answering things, detailing things on the iPad. So you just hear like a lot of clicking sounds from like her nails hitting the like iPad. And I think you just see like ever so often where there's a turn or something, Slosh Plop just kind of like he's like a jello like wiggle guy, so he just kind of like leads with it, wiggles with it. And when you get there, this current version of Death Laser, brand new, just starting out, just starting to gather villains, is only 5 feet tall. This is even prior to them upgrading to nanobots. There's no nanobots. It's just a five stories of building in the middle of downtown. The lobby's not even that like scary. Like they just started putting in some like creepy LED lighting to give like vague red vibes. There's some plantage, the various like stereotypical like ficus tree that's in like every lobby ever.
Yep.
And there's just like a single desk for the reception area rather than like security check-ins and all of that. And as they go to get into the elevator, already in the elevator, scrubbing away at the chrome and things to get it all polished up, is this little like 3 foot tall kaiju in like a janitor outfit with a hat that says head janitor on it.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry.
No problem. You didn't bump into Grizlar. Or Grizlar's not met you before.
Yeah. I'm I guess it's my first day. I'm Violet.
Violets. Well, Grizlar's happy to meet you. Head janitor here, as the hat says.
It looks like you're doing a fantastic job. I can see myself in the walls of the elevator.
He strains up at that, just like, super proud of himself. Thank you. Grizlar tries his best to keep every area clean.
It's very nice to meet you, Grizlar.
Nice to meet you too. Goes back to scrubbing.
During this whole exchange, I think Sethno has moved from the iPad to her phone, like doing like business emails or whatever on her phone, totally not paying attention. And at the end, as it wraps up, goes, "I'll let Grizlar know if you need anything happens to your uniform or to your space of work once we get you set up. They are fantastic about making sure that all aspects of the building are maintained and functioning." And then, like, right as she finishes that, like, it's all said in, like, a very deadpan, like, informational way with, like, no emotion. And the door opens onto, like, a laboratory floor, and she steps off and kind of just, like, assumes you're going to follow her.
Yeah, I do.
And Slosh Pop waits till you leave to, like, follow behind both of you. And she takes you to an area where they start like testing you. They like take all your readings, get some blood samples, get some DNA samples, like head to toe, both checking your current health and anything that they might need together to analyze further later. And then halfway through it, I think Sethno like excuses herself, but Slosh Plop stays there. And then once your tests are done, Slosh Plop will guide you back down to where the car is waiting. And I think before he takes you to your apartment, Slosh Plop will actually take you shopping because you have nothing.
Yes. 100%. And I think it's this very funny, like, interactions because she tries to talk to Slosh Plop, but she doesn't yet understand them. And so there's a lot of like little tentacles that come out and like give little pictures to like talk about what they're building their eventual best friendship. But yeah, it's very silly because she tries to say something to them and then nope, no idea what you just said to me. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's that kind of situation where most most people get into when they maybe speak or understand just a tiny bit of a language. Like you engage the person in the conversation or you respond in a way to make them think that you know more than you do, and immediately it's just like a barrage.
Yes.
And you're like, no.
No, I don't know what's happening right now. Uh-oh.
Yeah, so I think Slosh Pops takes you not to a mall, but to probably like a downtown street where there's like high-end stores. And some of them have even been like cleared out for private like viewing and usage, and they just kind of like lead you through clothes, basic toiletries, anything you could want for the apartment that's not like just there. All of that, and kind of just has everything like sent to the apartment, and then takes you back to the apartment, which is a really nice high rise. They put you on the top floor, so if you do burst through the ceiling, there's no one above you. And it through his vague like miming and symbols, he like lets you know that they put you in the top floor in case you burst through the ceiling, so no one's above you. But also the building has been reinforced because several other people made heavier by the whole explosive powers things live here, so it would be able to handle weight while you're transformed, and can help you. And it's really nice. It's really clean. It's still that weird, like, modern, minimalist look. It's definitely an apartment that was, like, made or kept, and no one has lived into it to this point. But it has all your, like, very, like, normal kitchen's fully stocked. Looks like someone just newly put a bunch of food in the fridge and then the pantry. All the kitchen stuff's there. There's, like, a TV. It's all, like, there and ready. So that you can use it as you want. And he just kind of like drops a slightly slimed key and entry card into your hand, and then one tentacle comes up and gives like a vague salute. And then he like goes to leave, pauses, reverses, and also hands you a phone, and then leaves. So how does let's say your first month at Death Lizard go?
It is very, Vi is absolutely, like, after getting out and the first day and all of that, is so passionate about making this work. She 100% like is behind the mission, and she is a yes person. The like first day when she's dropped off after she gets her phone and her keys, she cries, but she just kind of like is in line. And in the beginning of like the testing, kind of gets a little like hesitant because of all of the transforming, and she worries that like she's gonna mess it up, but mostly it's, I mean, to the viewer it's probably kind of sickeningly how yes ma'am she is for the first month and probably even more, of like, yeah, I'm going to do all of this. And we got the, blah. I don't know. I lost my words. But yeah.
And how long would you say it took them of like studying and helping you learn like what triggered it, how to control it, that it would take in the laboratory?
It probably takes a good, I mean, she's not going to be field ready until about a year. So like she does do a lot of like kind of field testing, but not really, about 8 months in. So the last couple months are just like perfecting the last little bits. And during the time when like it was technically almost like her downtime because they're doing the science of it, they're also having to like combat train her, because she's never been in a real fight in her life. And so she has to go through learning how to do all of that stuff. And so, yeah, she kind of gets out in public testing things after about 8 months, and then she's ready to join a team after a year.
Yeah, and I would say about the 9th or 10th month, Sethno every like 3 months or so has come like and checked on your progress. Like I think at the end of the 9th month, beginning of the 10th month, she shows up to one of your like training things where you're learning tactics with some of the newer villains as well, like trying to be like, and sometimes you will be in a team and you will need to figure this shit out. And you see standing beside her is what you would think of very stereotypically as a fairy if you saw them like illustrated in a fairy tale book. They're kind of sparkly. They have a little bit more of the like cooler color palette rather than like the oranges and greens. They're more the like dark purples and blues and deep green. And they have wings that kind of have sharp edges to it rather than rounded edges. And like real flowing, almost crystalline like hair going down. And you see them talking together, just kind of like by the door waiting for whatever the situation is with the training to wrap up.
Yeah, I think it ends with Vi throwing a smaller person. Like they were practicing this move where Vi could like use her strength to like force this person up. And they kind of hit a mat on the wall and just kind of slide down. And they're like, that's probably enough for today. Okay.
I like to think there's also that like squeegee sound.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah. As that happens, you see Sasano will like catch your eye and like gesture for you to come over.
And yeah, she comes straight over, hands behind her back kind of thing. It's gross how much she is like a company man. But yeah.
Let me see if I gave this person a name yet. And I did not. Oh well, I gave them a name now. So you see this person kind of like perk up as he comes over, and Sethano goes, Vi, I'd like to introduce you to Tyrion. They are the owner of Terrific and Co. And I thought you all should talk. They're going to be the ones producing the tea blends that the lab has found works best for you and your abilities. And I thought you all might like to talk to also maybe figure out some sort of sponsorship, because you know the villains aren't the only ones that can get those. or shouldn't be the only ones that can get those.
Yeah.
So figure out some sort of sponsorship. And Tyrion goes, it reaches out and not only takes your hand, but does some like over extravagant, like almost formal bow over it.
Vi, who's in workout clothes, like pseudo curtsies, like in her workout clothes.
And I think Tyrion kind of like smiles and laughs a little bit and slightly turns to Seth and goes, they are as charming as you said. Come, let's go try out some new blends that I have and also discuss, what a partnership or sponsorship might look like. And they can just kind of take you away. And this viewers, if you've been paying attention, is the tea sponsorship.
Yep.
Yes, I tied it in.
Woohoo! The beginning of Vi having to record every cup of tea that she prepares.
Yeah. And I think Tyrion like wines and dines you a little bit. Like has done their homework, and like you've only been out at this point for like 9 months. So they take you someplace that's a little bit chiller, probably not like in your face fancy, like blah, but like the best steak you've ever had in the city. Like a quieter, like private room for the meal. Also has like a flight of tea blends like that are prepared and brought out at the end of the meal so that you can start trying things. And like Tyrion, despite the fact that they're the CEO of their company, also seems very passionate and super knowledgeable about tea. Like it's talking about ratios in the blends and additives like dried fruit and herbal elements and things like that. And like this one has a little bit of lavender in it, where this blend is similar but doesn't have lavender but has dried mango chunks in it. Gives a different vibe. From what the lab has sent us, also gives the XYZ additional benefits in regards to interacting with your abilities, that kind of thing, and like takes you down the whole thing. And I think also takes the time to teach you like how to brew the tea, different tea types properly, and like you leave the meeting with like a whole kit of like pots and strainers and cups and thermoses and like all kinds of things that are branded with the tea brand, of course.
Yeah.
But like I think they kind of like overly like make sure you know everything's going on. And Tyrion does give you their personal number, and they're like, if you have any questions or concerns, or you like to let me know what you think about the deal or anything like that, our lawyers will have the paperwork over to you tomorrow. But I wanted to personally like go over everything with you before you got the boring part, which is the paperwork, because that seems like a little impersonal to me. It's not like how I like to do business.
I appreciate it. I have learned so much, and all of it tastes fantastic, and I'm very excited to continue this partnership in the future. This is really cool.
And I think Terry takes your hand and does that like lean over flirty thing that happens sometimes because you guys are in a private room having just had dinner with the steak, and he goes, "Oh, the pleasure is all mine."
And she gets like a little bit deeper red. Her skin is purple, but it becomes kind of like a burgundy as she's blushing.
Yeah, and I will fade to black on that and let Vi decide if something happens with Tyrion or not.
Oh, probably.
How long that goes on.
I think that we unfade from black with Vi, like with her box in her elevator going to her high rise, but there's like a branded bucket hat on, and she's just like happy. Because I feel like there's a branded bucket hat. It just feels like a thing that would happen.
Yeah, a tea company does feel like a company that would have probably a branded bucket hat.
Everybody's got the branded bucket hats now.
So towards the end of the year, when you're transitioning into being on an actual villain team, you've been there, like you said, about a year. It's not a big building. It's gotten maybe a couple additional floors in the year that you've been there. So it's only like 6 or 7 floors now instead of 5. But during that time, you've just probably seen a Grizlar like hustling hardcore because they are the only janitor.
And I think opposite of present day Vi, past Vi actually picked up after herself, and like tried to do her best to keep her space clean, so that she didn't put any extra stress on Grizlar, and like definitely like was always holding the door open and being a very, very sweet and innocent person.
Yeah, Grizlar definitely respected that. Yeah. And Grizlar does anyone know about your powers yet? I mean, because you're practicing with them, but does like the wider company know, or just like?
I think they know, but like nobody's really witnessed it because they except for the science lab, but she has not done a ton of like practice with it. I don't know, maybe there's like rumor, but Vi's not really had people witnessing it.
Gotcha. Okay.
A lot of her testing things in the field was making sure she didn't transform, and so it's mostly a rumor at this point.
Okay. Grizlar will definitely leave like a thank you note, but it's written in like kaiju, so it's almost looks like growls written down, but just showing his appreciation for trying your best to keep everything clean. So,
and yeah, it's very sweet. I think that kaiju would be an innate thing that she learned, like she knows because of the transformation. I was about to say she has to learn it, but no, I've already committed to learning Plish Plop language. We're going to say I already know kaiju language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say like it's something that's like, but it's very rusty. It's like when you haven't spoken Spanish in a really long time and you're like, I know what this says and or how to say it, but like let me try a couple times before I embarrass myself in public.
Yep. Definitely my Russian competency right now is I haven't had to speak it in like a decade.
Yeah. I was like, same with Japanese. Like, don't ask me to say anything out loud. But yeah, so I think Grizlar, you've heard some rumors because it's a smaller company at this point. There's no way to get around office gossip. And I think office gossip about the couple of villains that are in the lab getting testing for like help with their powers and controlling it all have gossip around them. Like they're the hot topic, the hot goss in the office. And I think like, at this point, the cafeteria is on the first floor because the building hasn't raised it up yet. So there's actually like street level entrance. So like there's people in there all the time. They have added Terrian's blend for you, Vi, to the menu, and they keep it like a running tab to have the company take care of because it's very important that you get the tea blend and you remain calm and cool and chill.
And I think there's also maybe like 1 or 2 people that she has like introduced to it and gets to talk about it and show it to people. So they maybe got on the little tab too because she's just like practicing her little sales sponsorship pitch a lot. And it's stinking cute.
And so as you move into being a villain for hire, you are assigned, Apusa is your floor manager. Apusa has been your floor manager since the beginning. Apusa's always been here.
Hey.
So I have 2 questions for you.
Yes.
1, what does your first team look like? Like who's your first team?
Oh, okay. Oh, the team is probably like 4 in the beginning, maybe less than that, more than that. Tell me how many I'm making up. Oh, okay.
You tell me.
Okay, so 1. I'm very bad with making up names.
You don't have
but
to make names. You can just describe them and their powers if you want.
Okay, one of them has like ice powers, and they're super emo. Like full on like side swoop covering one eye, like slouching and like very not necessarily goth emo, more like Fall Out Boy emo.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of them is ex-military, and is very like their powers can be rock powers. I don't know. Maybe they like I'm thinking of on My Hero, the one kid that like turns his whole body into but it's distinctly different for copyright reasons. And then
that power ability shows up in a lot of places.
Okay. And then the last one is, because we're going with a team of 4, the last one is a here it is. Is an intern. With some fire powers. I think I'm making a previous version of Todd that Vi is going to really like, and then it will be a part of why Vi loves Todd so much. So yeah, a previous generation Todd.
Yeah, and I would think moving forward, you're probably with this team for a while. Eventually, the building gets the upgrade of getting the nanobots, and the expansion happens a lot more quickly after that point. You get teleporters and pneumatic tubes and all kinds of things that like rapidly start changing. And I think it's several years. I don't remember how many years I said in the other one. Past Kayla, please let Kayla know eventually. And you get to a point where you start seeing that the building's not as well kept anymore. Like it's real tall, and there's like a period where you're like, there's like trash not be taken out as regularly as it has been. There's like tables in the conference room which are dirty, like little things. Like the big things you're taking care of, but there's like little things that you're like, oh, okay, like this place hasn't been vacuumed in a while, or you know, things like that. And there's a couple of months where like you see that little Grizlar that you met your first day in the elevator is hustling hard and trying real hard to keep up. And one day you see him just like trying to speed run vacuum your floor as you're coming back in from a job.
Oh, Grizlar, how are you?
This is almost done.
No, it looks great. You look a little tired. Are you okay?
Grizlar's used to 20-hour shifts. It's normal now with the changes. Grizlar's fine.
Did they not get you any help when they made the building bigger?
Oh, Grizlar. Ooh, is this before?
This is
before the Red Panda.
This is before the Red Panda.
I gotcha. Okay, cool. Okay. Grizlar doesn't need any help. He's, Grizlar just getting used to it is all. So Grizlar will be fine in a couple months. So everything will be good.
She like squints and like is like, are you? You don't think you're very honest? I think
Grizlar deflects
you
and
need
asks,
help.
but how's Vi doing, though? How has Vi been these last few months?
This is actually turning out to be a lot of fun. Like, the heroes, jerks, but like, and like a lot of them, but like, it's kind of really fun to get to go out there and like show off all our skills and kick some butt. It's pretty fun.
Grizlar's seen on TV a couple times.
Yeah. Oh, I keep forgetting that I'm on TV. Oh, yeah. It's okay.
Oh, but Vi looks awesome out there, though. So
Thanks.
very cool, as the kids would say. Grizlar thinks.
Thanks. Are you sure you don't want any help? Like, we've just wound down and like, I got a couple hours before it's time to go home.
Oh no! And as we're talking, Grizlar's been back with me this whole time too, just like moving around,
yeah.
just still cleaning. Grizlar's fine. Vi enjoy their time off. Grizlar's got it.
All right. Okay.
As you're not believing him.
I was gonna say later after Grizlar leaves, like Vi grabs a little something that he misses and like cleans it up so like nobody knows that he missed this little spot or something. Just like, okay. Poor guy.
And then there's a space of several months where you still see Grizlar, much like a lizard, in general, right? Not getting enough sunlight, maybe not even eating enough, starts to get a little fallow, a little like paler, clearly not getting what they need. And that goes on for several months. And then all of a sudden, the office starts looking a lot cleaner. And you see, it's not just Grizlar, it's Grizlar and an army of red pandas going floor by floor cleaning. And Grizlar, it's the red pandas all have janitor outfits and they all have a hat that said janitor, but now Grizlar's head janitor hat has like gilded gold on it to like really express that they're the head janitor. You see him like directing, and he has a little bit more time. He looks a little bit calmer as the months go on. He looks less like a crypt keeper, fills out a little bit more. His scales get a little brighter.
Oh. Congratulations on the promotion.
Thank you. Grizlar is excited about it.
I know you were always head janitor, but now you're head janitor with minions. That's
yes. Cool. Yeah, the red pandas, they're they
so cute,
they try their
aren't
best.
they? Oh, they're so cute, aren't they?
There's something. They're definitely something.
Oh.
I love that they're definitely something.
It's not bad, this still.
And I think it becomes, even as the building grows, you do see more and more red pandas, and the place stays immaculate, and you start seeing that the cleaning sense they have go off, where like one of your group comes in and like knocks over your teacup that you hadn't finished yet, and it starts spilling, and all of a sudden there's a red panda there cleaning it up before it can even like fall off the table into the ground. And then several months later, you see Apusa walking with Grizlar, letting them know what's going on, and Grizlar gets introduced to you all. Apusa, your floor manager, and this is Grizlar. He'll be joining your team, rounding us out to a 5. Show him the ropes. This is his first outing into the wider world for Villains for Hire, but I'm sure with this group you all will be fantastic for each other. And Apusa, per their normal, once they've done introductions and it's no longer their problem, kind of like breezes away without even waiting for an out.
You see a deflated Grizlar, although when he does see you by, like he does like smile a little bit, but still just kind of yeah, no more hat either. So Yep.
No, you still have your hat
Hey,
until
so-
the baked job.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so I still I still have my hat at least. So I couldn't take that from me.
For the callback for Vi, since we did that in the Dr. Ash and Grizlar flashback, remember the bank job where he lost his head janitor hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the hat he lost.
Oh.
My favorite hat. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Grizlar, you're gonna be a villain. It's gonna be so much fun. I really think that you're gonna like getting out there and kicking some butt.
Yes, Grizlar's definitely open to new challenges, so ready to clean up some heroes, so to speak. Yes.
So, confession camp, Vi. How are you feeling about Grizlar joining the new team?
I'm happy about it. It is Grizlar loved cleaning so much, but I mean something must have changed for him to want to be a villain. And he's got skills, so I'm super excited to have him on the team. Yeah. Vi doesn't know that anything has happened.
Yeah, not yet.
No.
Grizlar, how with your confession game, how are you feeling? You're being introduced to Vi and the new team.
Well, first day after being, fired, but Grizlar's happy to see Vi, though. Grizlar at least is happy to at least have a friend, so, it's not all bad.
Promoted.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you see a camera person says that, Grizlar misspoke. Grizlar's been promoted to this new position. Promoted. Mhm. So it doesn't translate very well to kaiju, so sometimes when you're promoted, demoted, it sounds the same to Grizlar sometimes. So, but yeah, Grizlar's happy to have a friend on the team, though. So there's that at least.
Yeah, and so how I'm gonna just say I'm gonna go back and forth with like favorite moments of this current team with you and Grizlar and the three other people you described, kind of like back and forth and like favorite jobs or like hangouts and things like that. And so I'm gonna have Grizlar go first because you're the new person coming into the team.
Gotcha.
What's your first like cool, fun memory of going out with this group into the city to do villain for hire jobs?
I think if it's okay, it'd be after a successful job, because they had the cool hangout spot like on the balcony, and so after successful missions, they kind of go and hang out there, and that was the first time like they was really just got to interact with the team, I guess, like outside of the mission, and so yes, after a first successful mission, hanging out there is one of his like favorite moments like ever, just hanging with the team.
And I think it would probably be Grizlar's first experience with hanging out with their team post something, because the Red Pandas don't really ever leave the building. They don't really ever stop being janitors. They're just like go, 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 go. So you've never had the like, you had a team, you managed them for a while, but you never had the like, and it's closing time, let's go out and get drinks.
Nope. So it was definitely a new experience for Grizlar.
Yeah.
So
you're like, you can leave?
Wait, we don't do this 24/7? Grizlar's confused.
Vi, after Grizlar has joined and you guys have been a team for a while, what's a fun memory that you have of the team as it currently is with Grizlar joining?
I think it is also after a successful mission. And I think in that mission, we had managed to like successfully pull off a 5-person like combo thing with all of us. And it was the one and only and first and last time that the Major smiled. And we spent the whole time hanging out on the patio trying to get him to do it a second time, because we knew that we found out for the first time that the Major's lips could go up And so we were trying to make it happen again. And we didn't. But also, like, it was a lot of camaraderie and a lot of fun times because we pulled off this really cool thing, and the major smiled.
And we saved the recording too. It's on TV, so we cut the recording somehow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It is a GIF that is in the company Slack. A GIF of the smile.
And I think maybe the like emo wintry person that you described actually took that GIF and put it on one of those early digital frames.
Yes.
And it's on their desk of just the major smiling over and over again.
Yes. And the major is regretting everything in their life up to this point that because they just like, oh. But also it's still fun. Like, we're having fun.
Grizlar, what's another great memory of working with this team over the years?
I think, honestly, if Vi's cool with this, working with Vi is almost like another kaiju because he hasn't seen his kids and family as much. And so it's nice getting to work with another, someone who's like a kaiju. And so I think girls are just enjoyers doing that when they go on missions and just getting to speak kaiju because, like, no one else really, other people might not know, but at least Vi can, like, you know, speak it. So that's another memory.
The more that we speak it, the better Vi gets at it. So, like, eventually it's just second nature. We can have those conversations.
And yes. I think at this point, probably your kids are still young too. So you like bring like a bunch of like tiny little kaijus to work with you one day.
Yes. For your kids to work day, for sure.
And you thought Grizlar was a short kaiju. His little, like, his kids when they're young is like 1 feet, 1.5 feet, like toddling behind him like little ducklings.
Oh. And I think, I'm going to say it, Auntie Vi, like, they'll hang off her arms as she goes, going around the office, just like stepping. Very cute.
They loved it. They loved it.
And then flipping back to you, Vi, what's another good memory with this team?
Ooh. I think that, So we're increasing the technology, and like the nanobots have been introduced. I think that we all get trapped in the elevator, and we managed to get, but we've like come into like this little pocket universe. And I think that we spend like 72 hours stuck there. But it's just been so long, but also like we are just killing the time, and it's definitely a moment that's like, oh, we've done all this work to get comfortable that we're just all chill. Like, oh, there's that. We maybe, my microphone keeps disconnecting. But maybe do some like foot races, or maybe, just some like little hundreds of push-ups, but we totally get stuck in the pocket dimension.
Yeah, and I think at one point, unexpectedly, the like wintry emo part of your team pulls out a deck of cards, and you guys all play like poker or something.
Yes.
So I think you guys get rescued from the pocket dimension.
Can we be the first team that got stuck in it? Can we be the first one to like?
It's the first appearance of the pocket dimension.
Yes, and they immediately rush all 5 of us into like the science lab in the med bay, and are like, "What?" And we're just like, "Nothing happened," and yeah.
And they promised us it would never happen again.
Yeah, totally, never happen again. And so the big question is then, what happens where you no longer have those 3 team members?
I don't know. What are we thinking? I don't want them to die, but they could.
I know.
They could die,
Oh.
they could go to jail, they could leave, they could get reassigned, they could less sinisterly go on paternity/maternity leave.
Maybe
No,
it's
it's
that
sinister.
sad thing where they just kind of a sinister.
Well, it should be a little sinister because Vi does start
Mhm.
like a downhill, like less company man kind of thing.
Mm.
So I think that, okay, I made the joke before recording, but what if they just do actually get so pissed off that they quit?
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking that too. Like they just kind of get over it. Like they're kind of done with like the whole thing. Like this is like no, it's not kind of what we signed up for, and they just kind of. Mm-hmm.
And I think there's definitely towards the end, there's some arguments about like that kind of break the team apart a little bit, and we start not working together as cohesively, which is how we start to drop in the ranks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there is a really I think that the little fire intern is the fight that Vi has that is the biggest, where like something happens in the field where a shot gets missed or something like that, so that one of them gets injured, and Vi and then they suddenly start screaming at each other, and it's very sad.
Yeah. May I offer?
Okay.
The major goes actual full villain, like breaks from the company, goes
Oh.
full villain.
Yes.
And as a penalization for that, you all drop a couple in the ranking. And then that starts to cause the cracks and the breaks as you guys have these arguments and like, are you also going to turn and break? And, you know, you were always closest to the major. No, you are always closest to the major. And as you guys continue to lose your cohesiveness and drop further in the rankings, I think that just causes the team to eventually have like this big blowout and kind of crack and break away.
Yeah. Like the fights you can only have with like good friends, you know what I mean? Like, because you know each other so well. So it's like that. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think there's a time where it's just you and Grizlar on this team. You guys aren't being assigned actively because 2 is too few a number for them to send out. Like they need a minimum of 3. And so you're just doing like a bunch of paperwork and taking care of things in the office. And then eventually Apusa arrives with who will become your 3rd, Dr. Rash. And kind of gestures Grizlar over, and they have that exchange that they did in front of the elevator. Where Apusa again breezes away as soon as she's like, okay, Grizlar's got you, bye! And Grizlar brings over Dr. Rash to the pod that is mostly empty, except for Grizlar and Vi, but now Dr. Rash has joined you all. Vi, at this point you said you're less a company man. Do you think this, like, the major breaking from the company and becoming full villain and the crash out that happened with your team is kind of like the galling force that takes you from company yes man to like, oh, this shit?
I think so, because in addition to just like all of this stuff happening, they all got to leave and she couldn't. Like it kind of begins to set in. She was just so excited and having a great time. It begins to set in that she is still a prisoner. She got out of jail, but she now has to do this, even though she got the others got to leave, and she didn't want them to leave. But then some days she did want them to leave because it was getting to be a little bit toxic. And she's very happy that she still has Grizlar. But she does occasionally think, well, Grizlar can also go at any time if she thinks. Nothing's been told otherwise. She thinks that she can. He can also leave at any time, and she's that begins to. She realizes she is still a prisoner.
And I'll say to that too that Grizlar thought, because he definitely thought about like he's not journey anymore for some days, but like knowing that you're there though, like he would never do the like almost like I think it's natural with kaiju, like they don't like leave like their team members like that, like unless like through death. And so yeah, he's like there's even though he wants to switch in that gender, he's not gonna leave like Vi like that. So yeah, he's got Vi's back completely.
Yeah, and I think Grizlar, if you want to do confession cam, you can. We got one from you. Your reaction of the fact that Dr. Rash, the guy that took away your head gender job, was now part of your team in the last vignette flashback we did. But if you want, given the new information of the team breaking up in the way they did, and finally getting a third to start again, actually going out and doing things, rather than being a little trapped in the office doing paperwork and stuff. Just give you like a chance for a confession if you want.
I'll say this. How has Vi been acting since we went on more missions? Like, is Vi a little happier? How has like Vi been happy since we are getting another member and starting to do more things again?
Vi has been at this point, because it's been so many years of doing this, she is a great performer. But you do see that sometimes it doesn't reach her eyes. And she kind of sits around the office and she does the things that she needs to do, but occasionally, her notebook will get thrown down a little hard. And so despite the fact that she is performing well, and she's being nice to Dr. Rush, I don't think it would take her long to really enjoy having Dr. Rush around. But knowing Vi for so long, you can catch the little slams and things like
that. Okay. Well, then with that in mind, so for the confession cam, Grizlar's happy to have Dr. Rash. I mean, the person who may have cost Grizlar his job, but it's fine. And Grizlar just hopes that maybe it can be like the old times, at least with the old team. It's been hard, things were said before, so hopefully this can be the start of a new team, and maybe as if not as good as the old team, something still good.
But yeah, I think as we come away from that confession cam, I'm gonna leave it there because I might do either a Vi Dr. Rash vignette or maybe an all three of you vignette since you all are the team before everyone else joins. And leave it there. So I'll have us go back over to our normal overlay. And thank you all for joining us on this weird little vignette thing that we decided to do to give you all a little bit more insight into the characters. It's been fantastic and a lot of fun, and I love all the little tidbits that I get in these little vignettes for me to use later. There's a major out there somewhere causing trouble.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No.
So I'll toss it over to our fantastic players that have let me pull out tidbits to torture them with later. Nakala, what are you up to? Where can people find you? Any shout outs or plugs you'd like to do?
Yeah, I've been Nekla the Druid on all the social places. You can find me over on the second Sunday of every month playing City of Mist in a game called Breaking Neon. It is a lot of fun, very dark, as City of Mist is. And you can also find me at Diversity Saves, where I'm the director of programming. We run community showcases and occasional fundraising streams. And lastly, you can, because I'm still getting used to adding this one into my intro, you're going to be able to find me over at Zealzaddy very shortly in our new show that I'm co-producing called Paper Bag, the tabletop role-playing game. Improv. I've already forgotten the name. but it will be coming if it's not already out. So check that out because we do a lot of fun scene improv.
Awesome. And Blake, let people know where they can find you. What are you up to?
Yes, so you can find me. Well, first of all, find me here. So go watch. If you haven't seen the other episodes, go rewatch them or watch them for the first time because they're awesome. You can also find me at the Cozy Trauma Corner where we're playing Sentai and Sensibilities. So, some fun shenanigans with that. And even old Zilzaddy too, because Zilzaddy's awesome. I've also been in quite a few things with them as well. So that's where you can find me.
And I am Kayla, just KTM Dalliance. I'm trapped here forever. You can find me at the Linktree link, or here, or just here and any other streams that I get library checked out to, or any Underground Oracle things that we end up doing. Send help. I'm trapped in the dimension. So thank you so much for joining us. It's been fantastic, and we'll see you next time. Bye.